Hey gents, I'm Kyle from the Distilled Man. So this channel is all about providing actionable advice for the everyday gentleman. And today we're going to talk about your underwear. Now, women learn early on to appreciate the importance of investing in great looking underwear. I mean, their underwear even sounds better. Panties, knickers, lingerie. And how do we as men repay them? By wearing underwear that looks like we draped a burlap sack around our nether regions. Saggy, discolored, and often riddled with far too many holes before we get rid of them. It's not our fault. Most of us just never graduated out of the quantity over quality mindset. You know, when a six-pack of whitey tighties from the department store was the logical option. And even if we grow out of briefs, we still sort of think of underwear as a generic item. I mean, we buy it the way that we buy paper towels and laundry detergent, in bulk and on sale. So why buy better underwear? Well, some people say there are certain things in life you should never skimp on. And usually they mention your bed and your shoes because they support you and you spend so much time in them. But I would add underwear to this list. Unless you go commando, it's the piece of clothing that you wear most often. And not to mention that it surrounds an area that has some pretty big fluctuations in heat and moisture. And to top it all off, your underwear also cradles some very important parts of your anatomy. Still, some guys will never be convinced that underwear is worth spending more than $5 on, and that's fine. But a growing number of men are starting to appreciate the finer benefits of buying better underwear. So if you're considering making the leap, here are 4 signs it's time to upgrade your underwear. Real quick, I want to give a big thanks to Tanny for sponsoring this video and for supporting the channel. Number 1, you constantly notice that you're wearing underwear. Now, don't get me wrong, I think only a small minority of guys actually like the sensation of going commando. But besides the basic support that your underwear offers for your man gear, you shouldn't really be constantly reminded that it's there. With lesser quality underwear, a lot of times it may fit well initially, but then you go to move and the waistband pinches you, or the fabric feels constricting because it's not good quality and it's not moving with you. The thing is, your underwear should conform to you, not the other way around. Higher quality underwear manufacturers take greater care in designing details like the waistband and seams, but more importantly, they're going to use a better quality material that is soft enough that it feels like it's almost part of you. And usually that's going to mean using a blended fabric. Cotton has been the gold standard because it's a natural material, it's breathable, it's hypoallergenic, but 100% cotton actually lacks stretchiness. So a lot of times you're better off mixing cotton or modal with something stretchy like elastane. And that's gonna be soft, but also give you some give. Great underwear should also look less noticeable under your clothes. So no bulky fabric or seams that are bunching up under your pants, no visible manty lines. Again, aside from that sensation of support, you should forget that you're wearing underwear at all. Number 2, your chonies always develop air conditioning. So whether it was to save money or whether we were just lazy, we've all had pairs of underwear that we've held on to long past their expiration. One of the telltale signs is when you can sense a new breeze coming from your nether regions that wasn't there before. Winter is coming. But come on, by the time your underwear starts developing holes, there are other signs that it's past its prime, like losing its shape. So no longer is it clinging to the contours of your body, but it's hanging limp around your hips and butt like some sad Superman cape after an encounter with kryptonite. Part of this is on you. On some level, you just need to avoid waiting so long before, getting rid of underwear that's worn out. And I've heard some recommendations that every time you get a haircut, you should check your closet and check your drawers to get rid of any clothes that either don't fit or that are worn out. But buying better underwear can also help. Higher quality underwear is generally going to be more durable, and so it's going to last longer and look nicer over time. Unlike lesser quality underwear, good underwear will generally hold its shape longer, even with repeated washings. And because it's more resilient, it'll usually last a lot longer before developing those lovely air conditioning holes. Number 3, it feels like a hostile work environment down there. So even if you aren't an active guy, let's be honest, your underwear deserves combat pay. I mean, the amount of moisture and heat and funk that goes on down there is otherworldly. Just because you drive to work and spend all day in an air-conditioned office doesn't mean you're not sweating down there. And if you wear chonies with substandard fabric, you really feel it, but especially if you are more active. When that moisture has nowhere to go, it builds up, and not only does it feel wet, but oftentimes it can lead to chafing, more skin irritation, and maybe even rashes. Higher quality underwear will often use performance fabrics that can help wick away sweat to keep your skin cool and dry, and that means you stay comfortable, but it also keeps your nether regions from turning into a war zone. And finally, number 4, your underwear is bad at merchandising the goods. So when you take your pants off in front of a special lady, you want her to like what she sees, right? You're nodding your head, but historically us guys have had kind of a double standard with this. A woman knows that if she got undressed in front of you and she was wearing a frumpy bra and granny panties, she'd never hear the end of it from you. Women understand that wearing attractive undergarments is like presenting a nicely wrapped gift to your lover. Isn't it about time us guys started thinking that way too? I mean, even when we spend an hour or more picking out the perfect date night outfit, oftentimes our underwear is an afterthought at best. 1 second, I'll be right there. What? Not good? Higher quality underwear is generally going to help present the goods in a more attractive way. Great underwear isn't meant to just cover your stuff up. It's designed to help present stuff in a more attractive, well, package. Ultimately, you do have to work with what you got going on down there, but at least try to put your best foot forward. Well, not your foot, but of course you are going to pay more for higher quality underwear, but because it's made with better materials and better constructed, it's probably going to last longer. That means that you're going to buy fewer pairs of underwear less often, so no longer are you going to be buying in bulk and repeatedly finding yourself in the wholly worn out phase. You slow the cycle down and you're able to enjoy each pair of underwear longer. If you're at all intrigued by the idea of trying some higher quality underwear, I definitely recommend Tanny. And it's funny, some things you can't appreciate until you've tried them. So if you would have told me 5 years ago that I'd be spending more than like $10 on a pair of underwear, I would have laughed. Same thing with undershirts. But after experiencing Tanny, now I can understand the draw. First, the fabric is ridiculously soft. So you probably heard of modal. Well, the silk cut boxer briefs that I got from Tanny are made from a proprietary material called micromodal air that's even softer. And the fibers are made from Austrian beechwood. So apparently they're thinner and finer than even the finest silk. The fabric has this really great sort of four-way stretchiness to it, and it wicks away moisture, so it keeps you cool and dry, but it's also really durable and retains its shape over time. And unlike high-maintenance fabrics like silk, it's actually pretty easy to care for. It's just designed for everyday washability. Finally, the design of their underwear is sleek. It's just sexy. And they've made some decisions that help minimize the bad stuff and maximize the good stuff. In the back, the seamless design sort of helps minimize clutter and kind of make everything look a little more put together back there, more pert. And in the front, this sort of center pouch and center seam does a good job of kind of gathering the goods together so that they look a little more presentable, let's say. So Tanny underwear is not for everybody. There's certainly cheaper underwear out there if budget is a big driver for you. But if you can swing it and you want to experience what really, really nice, comfortable underwear feels like, I definitely recommend giving Tanny a try so you can experience it for yourself. So Tanny has actually given us a special offer now for Distilled Man viewers. If you buy one pair, you get a second pair for free. So they're effectively 50% off. And you can just click the link below in the description. And if you end up getting a pair, let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to hear your feedback. If you like this video, please hit that like button. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do that by clicking right about here. Make sure to hit that bell icon if you want to be notified when new videos come out. If you want a free copy of my ebook, you can get that by clicking right about here. And if you just want to watch another Distilled Man video, you can do that by clicking right about here. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.